want a sip of the juice, but the streets await me. So I take my gun off safety, cause a lot of niggas hate me. Coming out of the building, they set me up. Sprayed with automatics, they wet me up. In a puddle of blood, I lay close to the edge. I guess I didn't know the ledge. Know the ledge, bitch.
We spiritually inclined. Sometimes I flip, sometimes you.
Hey! Sometimes we just wild out and act like lunatics. Right, L? What up, y'all? This is Giuseppe, and we is back on the drama umbrella. What it do? Yes, we got a fun show tonight. No controversial topics and hard to process type shit today, you know what I'm saying? Today we fitting to discuss one of my favorite topics, the power of the MC. How I look? I look hip-hop enough? My Gazelles, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it. I look like a rapper? No, I don't. I understand that. I'm just representing as best as possible. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. So, you know, I got my notebook. I'm feeling glad to be back. It's just been so many problems and so much hurdles. The technology thing has been really problematic. Running out of space, needing to upgrade equipment. Oh, there's people calling you when they know you're taping, all that old good shit. But yeah, but what I was saying though, today we talking about the power of the MC. And why I bring this show up is, firstly, is this thing I hate that us as artists do these days especially, and it's being exploited in this way that I hate. You know what I'm saying? And it's that beefing back and forth mess. Some of the culture vultures want to kind of disguise it as battles, rap battling. But it ain't rap battling. I even hate how they doing that these days. They jump in one another's faces. You know, it's all kind of spittle flying and hand in the face and shit that really provokes a fight most times. It's not really no rap battle. That ain't how it was done when we used to do it, too. And y'all know that. Those of you from my era know that. You know what I'm saying? The vinyl era. I got my vinyl out. You feel me? Shout out to my DJs, like my brother DJ Cool Neef Nitro, my man DJ Hits, my big brother DJ Mo Flow, my sister DJ Divalin. What up, y'all? So yeah, we gonna jump into some hip hop and the power of the MC. First and foremost, the power of the MC. Forget all that beefing. Forget all of that. This person don't like that person, and this crew got beef with that crew, and I mean, we have rappers murdering rappers now. Like, how fucking hardcore stupid is that? We're not gonna reach that rock level until we get our shit together. That country level, until we start bad-minding each other and stop with the back and forth beefing. We're beefing over the privileges that our talents allow us and facilitate us. Like, there's some real privileged guys out there that are doing and living the artist's life to the fullest and still not satisfied with it. Ungrateful to the Most High for all the blessings that you have, all the bread you have, all the fans you have, all the allure and acclaim you have, all the fame you have. You're known worldwide. People love you. People study your lyrics. Yeah, that tastes like shit. Testing a new flavor. Fuck all that beefing. Let's get to the good stuff. And there's a guy that I would like to personally shout out and thank. I'm more so shouting out the character he played, if anything. And this is my man, Kadeem Hardison. Dwayne Wayne on the show it's a different world. Now, why I love this character so much, and I want to pay homage to this character before we get into the power of the MC, is because this was a pivotal character in a lot of our lives, even in a subconscious way. Dwayne Wayne was that b-boy from the hood, probably from Brooklyn most likely, smart, somewhat of a nerd, flavorful, and blessed with all of the gifts that we get from our hip-hop culture and repping them at the same time in a collegiate world and making being a b-boy scholar look like the shit. That's what I'm shouting out. This gentleman was your average head from the block that was in college, that was shooting for valedictorian. He got the girl at the end of the day, like the hero. You know, like I said, he wasn't dunce and loving it. He was highly intelligent and flaunting it. He always had his Jordans on and his flip-up glasses and his, like, you know, his hat flipped to the back. He was perfectly in tone and in style with the trends that were going on at that time. Late 80s, early 90s. Very, how you say, call him the quintessential b-boy at that time, but unorthodox in that way, whereas he flaunts his intelligence. He's blessed to be in a privileged situation, but the way he got there was through the sweat of his brow and his brain. One of the iconic figures to me that represent the intelligent b-boy that doesn't need to be a tough guy and gets the girl at the end of the day. Huh? Very influential in my teenhood. He's hip-hop influenced. Come on, baby. You gotta get that one up. So Dwayne Wayne, loving it. And we're gonna run it down the line of some MCs and some of the greatest things I've ever heard them say. Yes, I wrote it down. These are the lyrics that I found very significant through life and it stood out to me and influenced a lot of the behavior. Or not.
Check the mic and make sure it sounds
KRS-One. Alright? And KRS-One has so many lines that I'm not even gonna do a line for this one. He has many, many, many lines. I'm gonna say though, the song You Must Learn. The song You Must Learn by KRS-One. I learned more from You Must Learn and KRS-One than all of my years in school from 1st grade to 12th grade. The entire time, that one song crowned my entire African American or American history course, classes, tests, quizzes, all that mess. That one song, You Must Learn by KRS-One, was better. It did more for me. It gave me way more. The lyricism was superior, so I can't give you a one-liner on KRS. I won't. What I will say is I love the fact that I started off with him, and You Must Learn taught me that much. Packed up in that one Snickers bar of a song. Okay? Kool Moe Dee. I won't lie and say I have all his albums. I was more of a KRS fan than a Kool Moe Dee fan, by far, alright? I had one or two of his albums. I had a few 12 inches where you know, the ones needed for parties. I'm sure my brother had a lot of his material. I love when he said, I never had to run from the Ku Klux Klan, so I shouldn't have to run from a black man, because that's self-destruction. That was from the song Self-Destruction, which was a collaboration of an all-star squad of MCs at that time. It was about, what, 88, 89, y'all? Correct me if I'm wrong. And Kool Moe Dee, MC Light, Heavy D, Chuck D, Stetsasonic were on the song. Great song. But that line in that song was heavy. I never had to run from the Ku Klux Klan, so I shouldn't have to run from a black man. Kool Moe Dee, getting your serious lyrical flowers right the hell now. I never had to run from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black. That's self-explanatory. At that time, when they dropped that song, the peak maybe of the crack era, and there was a lot of black on black crime, drug related, over ignorance, guns, power, property, territory. It goes on and on. But that song was built to combat the black on black crime situation at that time. So that was a milestone song, Self-Destruction. What up to all my cronies that was around and in the world of hip-hop at that time that got the full gist of that song and feel the power just like me to this day. KRS-One was on that song too. Kool Moe Dee, you scored with that one, baby. Have fun with it though. Have fun with it. Have fun with it though. Have fun with it. Do the wop with it though. Do the wop with it. Emcee. Biggie. I gotta throw Biggie in there. Just on GP. Biggie gotta be up in there. You know what my favorite line of Biggie's was? And it really wasn't one of his biggest lines like that everybody loves. I love when he said, tote Glocks, christening, hammer cop, in the fire positioning. It's so hard. Oh, shot ya. Tote Glocks, christening, hammer cop, in the fire positioning. What? The what part, how it just reverbs and delay, slowly off of the joint when he finished. Like a gunshot just bust, my G. Like that part was wicked, insane. Tote Glocks at christening, hammer cop in the fire position. That was your man Biggie. Biggie was I don't give a fuck like that. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of his, I love that part. That was my favorite thing that Big said. What was yours? Leave it in the comment section. You feel me? So now I'm gonna talk about and say rest in peace first and foremost to my man Phife Dawg. When he said, I never let a statue tell me how nice I am, we needed that at that time because people were Grammy crazy. They were going Grammy crazy. America is a dick riding world that creates a dick riding society and sub-societies around everything that might be profitable. Hammer was to soon come and start to sell a lot of records. MC Hammer. Shout out to you, big brother. Respect. And the Bay as well. But when he was starting, when that happened, people was kind of starting to stray away from making music from the heart and preying record sales and accolades. I never let a statue tell me how nice I am. That was big. That was bold. That was against the machine and against the grain. And rest in peace, Phife Dawg. I know you resting in power. Since we talking about Phife, might as well talk about Tip, Q-Tip. And Q-Tip in that song, Suck a Nigga. I love that song, of course. I love that, the theory, the theme, the meaning. Bro, Q-Tip, I love his verse. He got a lot of verses in Suck a Nigga. He mentions the fact that he explains the way that we use the word nigga. He explained the fact that it was a term of endearment. Was and is, but he was the first one to explain that. There was a lot of grown folk that didn't understand how we could use it like that so freely and so often and so fluently and even profit off the word and put it in songs and whatnot, okay? Q-Tip chose to make people understand our rationale behind that and the use, and that was real important because otherwise I feel like people just think that we're ignorant and we're just saying this, that, the other. We don't think about what we say. Q-Tip made a point to, circle that out. He made it his business to point that out to you, that when we say it was and is a term of endearment and the exact nature of the word and how we use it. Tip, that was real important. He knew that it was real important. That's why he's on the list and he's on the show today. My show, The Power of the Emcee. Alright? Forget all that battling and all that back and forth and riffing and all that. It's bullshit, and I don't believe it's necessary in hip hop, in the hip hop of today, especially. Remember Mad Lion? Mad Lion! I just had him on the list for some reason. Too many suckers are not enough time. The book I follow them with one clip of me nine. I just... I love that song. I don't know why that's on the list, but shout out to Mad Lion. Word up. Okay, 50 cents. I love this line right here from 50 cents. He says, and it's very simple. You getting money? I can't get none with you? Fuck you. I love that line. That's my favorite 50 line. Feel me? On to the next one. 5th, what up? Ghostface. One of my favorite MCs. I mean, to the heart, baby, to the heart. Ghostface Killer said, my seed, be with his seed, marry his seed. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. And the concept of family was broken down so deep right there. How Wu-Tang was at that time, so deep. And I know a lot of them was probably in their early 20s at that time. So it's like doing things such as having your first kid was happening, and you know, record deals was starting to solidify, and reputations, ambitions, things are starting to take course and take off. And it's like the strength is in the family, of course. My seeds, fuck with his seeds, marry your seed. That's how we keep Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? That's how we all supposed to be on that, feel me? I got a daughter, and my left arm or my right arm got a son. Ideally, in the future, we both are up on every point of each other's upbringing and background. You know why? Because I raised mine and he raised his. So if our seeds was to actually become friends and then make a union like that, then me and my man from Sandbox become blood, and on and on and on. That's a dream of family, and that's the dream, and that's the hope that's in these lyrics. These lyrics have power. It is not a game. It shouldn't be taken for granted. The words shouldn't be taken lightly at all. This is important stuff. On to the next one. Oh, I love this one by Pun. Big Pun, the big homie, the artist that went platinum in New York alone. Pun said, and this Big Punisher we talking, okay? If you don't know who I'm talking about, get to Googling. God damn it. Big Pun said, my kids don't do what I do. They do what I say, cause daddy don't play. That's my favorite line. You see, Pun was of that thinking that it's really, you know, when you have Jamaican parents, that's a real big one. Don't do as I do, do as I say, because I'm not fitting to play. I love how he throws the play part on there. My kids, they don't do as I do, they do as I say. That was a wicked line. Like, do the math on that, especially if you're a parent. You know how big that one is. Pun, rest in that power, baby. Sometimes I mention an artist's name and they're so still alive in my heart that I forget that they've passed away. Now, this one by Slick, right? We're gonna get into some Slick Rick shit. Slick Rick, I wanted to quote a line off of Teenage Love. He was talking about dudes inflected with gal cloner. Things are not like they was before. You love them too much and they don't love you anymore. Precious times, hoping they won't end. You tell your mother about your lover, or so your best friend. You're mighty proud while you're holding her hand. Boys, yeah, that's my woman, and girls, yeah, that's my man. But later on, problems start to occur, and the bond which combines y'all turn into a blur. You follow them around, and they claim you're hawking. When the conversation comes, you do all the talking. Not to mention attention, we all need a bit. Behind your back, they're saying, yeah, he's all on my shit. They getting sick of you and quite annoyed. And if you had plans for the future, they are now destroyed. Slick. He's talking to y'all y'all cloner inflicted dudes out there. You feel me? Y'all suckers for love. Y'all dudes that's making breakfast for the little hoe bags that's coming up in your crib to do nothing but get things and get the benefit of things. You feel me? These hoes y'all making breakfast for that ain't worth nothing. He's talking about y'all. He's talking about y'all inflicted with y'all clone. Slick Rick, that's who he's addressing right there. You guys that's inflicted with y'all cloner. He talking about you and teenage love. And that, I mean, that is an old song. That is basic. You understand? Like, that is from a long time ago, bro. You know what that mean? That mean there's things in that song that you need to probably not even listen to the song. You need to punch up the lyrics and read. That's what you need to do. And go back and read it. And these is lyrics and these is facts that you should have known eons ago. Okay? Yo, another one. Rest in peace to Shock G. I think it was the Humpty song. And you go, hey fat girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah, I called you fat. Look at me, I'm skinny. Never stopped me from getting busy. That was a great line right there. I mean, for obvious reasons, but it's really deep. It's like, this is a MC that is shining a light on why it's good to have self-esteem. Placing importance on self-esteem as an MC, a young MC that could be placing importance on a whole lot of them, feel me? You got to thank them because we grew up on these lyrics. PMD, one of my favorite rappers. Yes, PMD from EPMD. His lyrics on Hardcore are some of my favorite lines of his ever. It's bumping loud, heads are flown like Pan Am. Start the sand and hinges the thumb. It's in the parking lot. Go pop trunks, do the snatch, crossfire without no cap. How about my man Chubb Rock? Chubb Rock. Why do I bring up Chubb Rock? Chubb Rock was a classic MC on one of his records. I think it's Treat Me Right. He said, if these kids don't go buy our records, we'll be has-beens, plus naked. Now that's science. You gotta feel him on that. Basically expressing the importance that he holds in the fan, the importance the fan holds to him. That's another thing we don't do now. Because you know why? Everybody wants to be the artist. Nobody wants to be the fan no more. Shout out the fan. The artists just think the fan is just there right about now. But nah, we place importance on the fan when you are a true entertainer, true MC. You know your fans is gonna put you right where you be at, whether that be on the top or the bottom. It's up to the fans. And the quicker you acknowledge that as an MC, the better. Take notes from Chubb Rock. I should get an endorsement for creating fresh rhymes. Ha! You know, now this is like 89. Nobody had endorsements like that. You see, today, we can thank guys like that and lyrics like that and ambition like that. Because today, it's just an everyday thing. They throwing endorsements around like, you know, it's all over the place. Artists and MCs are getting endorsements that you don't even know about. Big, lucrative endorsements. Whereas before, like the man said, that was just a dream. Getting an endorsement for creating a fresh rhyme. Something that happens on an often these days. I got a few more for y'all. Check these out. Tupac, another prophet. And the prophetic line, which I think was the most important probably in this episode of Prophetic Lines, where he says, although it seems heaven sent, we're not ready to see a black president. Discouraging, if you will. But if you ask me now, in the 2021, and according to the way we reacted, responded, and received Obeezy, he was so right. We wasn't ready for a black president. I just don't think we did enough. I don't think we took 2 steps towards Duke that took 4 steps towards us. I just really don't think we did. I think we did a lot of complaining about what he didn't do. We chose to overlook a lot of things he did do. I think the whole ideal of him was an unspoken key to all black people to say, okay, If that can happen, then this can happen. I didn't see a lot of people thinking in that way when he was president. Fuck it, I'll say it. I remember when he was president. It was the best 8 years of my business life. I had a business legitimate at that time. And I used to prepare my business every day, a barbershop, for the chance in hell that he might pop up and want to get a number 2 with the grain. I was ready for that day, every day. I used to keep the bathroom accordingly. Yo, Michelle might want to come, you know what I'm saying? Take a little 1-2 and or whatever and freshen up. Like that's how I had my shit, ready for that type of action. You feel me? Because we had a black president. And so on and so forth. Everything I did, everything I said, everything I thought, a lot of the things I thought, a lot of the new thoughts going through my head was based on the fact of having a black president. And I know I was the minority. So he was right when he said, I think, in my opinion, he was right. We wasn't ready for no black president. Thank you, Pac. Rest in power. And Thug's Mansion. And I hate that you was right about that one. That's what I'll have to say on that one. That's all I got to say on that one. You was right. And I hate it. How about your man Killer Priest? Talking about the busy bodies and dizzy hotties. I went to church since birth, but it wasn't worth the loot that I was paying, plus the praying. I didn't like staying because of busybodies and dizzy hotties. When it comes to places of worship, in the song, basic instructions before leaving earth. Bible, yes. Killer Priest, yes. I'm shouting that line out. Son said he didn't feel like to go to church and all that. He didn't believe in it like that. There was a lot of question marks in his head about it. And the busybodies and dizzy hotties did nothing to help the situation. You need to listen to that song, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, by Killer Priest. Killer Priest, what it do? I know you didn't think I was going to bring his name up. I know that came out of left field. That's what's up. That's what Giuseppe is about. You never know, baby. You never know. So, let me spark the L back up and, wait. I didn't even throw LL in there. LL Cool J. Pink Cookies in a Plastic Bag. Another one of my favorite songs. Another one of my favorite lines of his is in there. Where he goes, I take 30 electric chairs and put them in the classroom. I take 30 MCs and set them free from their doom. And at that time, L, when he dropped that line right there in that video of that song, no one had that Chrome 850 in the video. Only L. L, you was killing me with that 850 in the video. Killing me with it. L, one of the shoguns of this shit. You feel me? Maybe one of the most oldest, still active and relevant pioneer. Like, we talking about 84. I mean, do the math. 84? Whew. Nas, he made that song, Daughters. There's a line in there that's so real. And, again, prophetic in its nature. For the illest players and foulest heartbreakers in the world, God gets you back. He lets you have precious little girls. Oh, I can't even get into that. I can't even get into that one. But imagine how much that song meant to me. I have 3 daughters. When I was younger, I might have just called myself a gallus. You know what I'm saying? My mother told me what would happen. Everything you ever did to a girl, you think about it. Damned if you don't change your ways. Real quick. You catch a new way of looking at things real quick. I'm gonna conclude now. We will call him the father of rappers, of all rap and hip hop and MCing. I was just watching one of his joints this morning. Your man Dolam. Yes, Rudy Ray. What it do? Rest in peace and power, my brother. Thug's Mansion. Dolomite. I'ma conclude with this one. And I'm going to style all soccer MCs as Willie Green. Willie, you got 24 hours to get the fuck up out of town. And 23 of them shits is already up. This is Giuseppe. This is your drama umbrella. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for checking it out. See what your friends say. Hit me in the comments. Tell me where you didn't agree with me. I appreciate y'all. Till the next one, y'all.
Well, you feeling like Rel, it ain't hard to tell. I kick the skill like Shaquille holds a pill. Vocabulary spills, I'm ill. Plus matic, a freak beat, slamming like iron sheet. Jam like a tech with correct technique. So analyze me, surprise me, but can't magnetize me. Scanning while you're planning ways to sabotage me.